What's going on? Welcome back to Financial Journey. So today we're going to talk to you about the top 5 most heavily shorted EV stocks in the market as of right now. So I want to go over all the things that you need to know, but first, make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So starting off with stock number 5, you have Workhorse. It is down 2.24% pre-market. So today is Thursday, January the 30th. So fresh information. It is down 90.96 over the last 1 year though, and over the last 6 months down 64.29. So it hasn't really been able to catch a break. Neither has majority of the other EVs though, but currently 20.92% of the free float is being shorted, works out to be 7.84 million shares overall are being shorted. Utilization 66.77, then short score is 78.16. So the higher the number, the higher the likelihood of a squeeze happening. A couple other points to take note of. DTC is 2.06 days, so relatively high in that regard. And then through IBKR does indicate roughly around 250,000 shares is available to be shorted. So typically when you are looking for a kind of a squeeze stock, you really want to look for 4 things. You want to have a high cost to borrow, a lot of shares being shorted, as well as a high utilization. But one thing that a lot of companies do typically miss out on is a surprise catalyst. So if, let's say, Workhorse comes out with amazing operational updates, or let's say a partnership, merger, something along those lines, then you could see this really squeeze as a result of that. So this is something just to kind of keep in mind, add to your watch list. But regardless, this is stock number 5. Moving on to stock number 4, NKLA. So down 8.1% on Wednesday. So things have not been going all that well whatsoever. There's been a lot of bankruptcy talk, so who knows what the future might bring for it. But again, if they somehow are able to get themselves out of that, similar to what happened briefly with Fisker, it had like a 200% run. So but then again, with Fisker, we kind of know the end result, but this is why you have to, timing is everything. Over the last 1 year, it is down 96.77, and then basically 22.09% of the free floats being shorted, works out to be 18.61 million shares. Short score 76.81 is that out of 100. Utilization is 78.92, and then through IBKR does indicate roughly around 100,000 shares. So both this and Workhorse do have somewhat limited supply, so you could see some corresponding buying coming from big money. BlackRock, Vanguard loves to buy these types of stocks. That is very favorable for shorts, and because they want to take advantage of the cost to borrow. So you could indirectly see some buying, although it is for lending out purposes, but still nonetheless you could see some buying occurring. So this is stock number 4. Moving on to stock number 3, you have Lucid. It is up 1.87% pre-market. Over the last 1 year though, it has pulled down a little bit recently, so down 20.77%, and then over the last 6 months down 22.83%. But 23.24% of the free float is being shorted. So based on at least Lucid starting to really ramp up, it's interesting to see shorts still in on this. Despite that though, like looking back to 2021, shorts have been getting in more and more, even though they've been making a lot more operational updates. But utilization is 76.71, short score 73.49. Through IBKR does indicate roughly around in excess of 10 million shares. So you won't be seeing any buying to take advantage for lending purposes with this stock. And then the DTC is 3.19 days. So this is your stock number 3. Moving on to stock number 2, Verity. It is up 0.77, and over the last 1 year though, down 92.21, and then through over the last 6 months, down 89.91. 34.86% of the free float is being shorted, works out to be 15.25 million shares overall are being shorted. Utilization 69.88, short score is 76.48. So as I've mentioned in the past, if a company is diluting behind the scenes, this number could be incorrect. That could be extended to all the stocks I'm going to be talking or have talked on and will talk on. So if there's dilution, take this with a grain of salt. Just sometimes they haven't disclosed it through the SEC. So this is why sometimes it's showing as a higher than what it truly is. But based on this right here through IBKR, it does indicate roughly around 1.6 million shares is available to be shorted. Cost to borrow average through IBKR as well is 17.3. So this is your stock number 2. And last but not least, moving on to stock number 1, you have MULN. So over the last 1 year, down 99.96%. Over the last 6 months, down 99.74. So it has been a very, very rough go. 66.67% of the free floats being shorted, works out to be 5.88 million shares. It's been on the threshold list for a very long time, but I think there is a lot of things happening behind the scenes. Like I stated, associated to dilution, just they haven't really fully disclosed it. And as well, at the same time, I think MULN just submitted their earnings, so Ortex might have not updated the current outstanding share count. It does have right now for the outstanding share count 8.82 million, so that's a free float. And then, so yeah, let me know your viewpoint on that. But short score 80.85, utilization 54.44, and then through IBKR does indicate roughly around 600,000 shares is available to be shorted. So this is the top 5 most heavily shorted EV stocks in the market as of right now. And this is kind of the first time in a while that RIVN hasn't actually made the list. They were stock number 6, but a lot of these stocks are getting hammered and pounded by shorts. So yeah, let me know your viewpoint. Do you own any of them? Are you selling them? What's your thoughts? One final thing, I did launch a free Discord, so a lot of good people. So you can pop over there, talk shop, do what you need to do. Link in the description below and also the comments. With all that, appreciate all of you watching.